You know what? I'm not going to do the welcome to thing.
I'm going to do it?
No, because this is season 2, so we're going to switch things up.
What are we going to start it with?
Howdy.
What's up, guys? This is Vinyl Reckoning. What's up, y'all? Hey.
Maybe I'll do it. Welcome to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt.
My name is Stacy.
We're on season 2 because we feel like being on season 2.
Right
there
on.
is absolutely no reason we need to be doing a season 2, but why? Where did we go?
We went to Hi-Fi Records.
In Graham, North Carolina.
Yep, it's about, it was like an hour away.
About an hour's drive
Yeah.
from Raleigh. Very small town vibes.
Very. Lots of roundabouts.
Tons of
And
roundabouts.
murals on like the sides of buildings, so it's
Yeah.
really neat.
They're like, what I assume is a city hall is smack dab in the middle
Yeah.
of the town.
It was cute.
It's a weird feeling because we're not small town people in the sense.
Yeah.
I felt very out of place before we walked into the record store because we had about an hour to kill before they actually opened.
Yeah.
And I almost expected Rory Gilmore from Gilmore Girls.
That's fine. Have your little joke, Doesn't bother me at all.
Gilmore Girls reference. Nailed it. Let's talk about your first impressions.
It was cozy and welcoming. I loved on the outside, they have like the tile on the outside in front of the door. I feel like it might have been like a diner or something in its past life,
Maybe.
you know?
They're not building new buildings there in
No.
downtown Graham, North Carolina.
No, it's very, very cute, but I loved like where it was located. It was very clean outside and stuff, but also clean on the inside. It was a very well organized, I think, store.
I like the hardwood floors, the brick walls with all the decoration on them. Yeah, so you walked in, you see the records on the left, and you see the bar on the right.
Yep.
It seems to be a thing that people are doing now. Hi-Fi Records is not that old of a store. I think it's like 3.5 years it's been open. But there's just something to be said about being able to get like a quick beer while you're browsing through.
Yeah.
It's somewhat relaxing.
Yeah, it's kind of new, but we see it all the time now.
So we're picking up with that trend of bar and record shopping, which again, I'm into. Maybe it's a sales tactic.
I get
maybe,
it, yeah.
Maybe they're like, put a few in them, they'll spend more money.
Maybe, yeah.
We were welcomed by what I assume is the owner. I did a little digging on
Yeah.
Instagram. Seems like the owner, possibly just the manager. I'm not sure.
Who knows?
He was
Nice.
very, very welcoming.
Such a nice guy.
The general vibe of the place was bar first, record shop second,
Okay.
which I don't by any think is
English is crazy.
which I don't think is a bad thing. They're really cute places to sit, like right by the big windows in the front. So it's obviously a welcoming thing. The record part of it, in my opinion, didn't necessarily feel like an afterthought,
Yeah.
but I just want more records all the time.
Right. Yeah, that's just us, though.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm not a big drinker.
I mean, same.
So, yeah, I know. So it's like, we would rather see, like, records first and beer second.
So the stock is a used collector's paradise.
Yeah.
You can dig and find stuff you've never seen before, which is awesome if we were that type of collector.
Yeah.
Not that we go in with one thing in mind,
Sure.
but this is mounds and mounds and mounds and mounds of used stock. Would I be more open to just purchasing a handful of stock 15 years ago from this place when the records that are now 10, 15 bucks were probably like 3 or 4
Right.
because of the height? Absolutely. But as a collector in this scene, we just can't collect like that. I went through a phase where I thought if the artwork was cool, I'd just buy the record because
Yeah,
it was
same.
12 bucks.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But overall, there was some cool stuff in there. They had a wall. I wouldn't call it like a holy moly wall. It was more just like used stuff and maybe some new arrivals
Yeah, it
in
was
the used.
more familiar things. Like, I think they had, like, a Michael Jackson up there or something. So it was, like, I feel like on that wall, it was, like, stuff that, like, everybody had heard of.
Yeah.
Which in their bins and stuff, when you're digging, you don't see a lot of stuff you're, like, that we were familiar with, at least.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Their bathroom has a bunch of mug shots from a ton of musicians. Every musician that has been arrested, their mugshot was on it. I thought that was pretty neat.
I love that.
When I rolled in there.
I almost want to do that for like our bathroom.
Post our mugshots? I've never been arrested that you know of.
I can't lie!
Mugshots of celebrities in our bathroom. Musicians.
I'd want like
be so
I want like B or C list celebrities though, like Gary Busey. I think it's time to check out the Stacy cam.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I enjoyed that. So that was the Stacy cam. We all love it. We're all here for it. Best investment ever was that GoPro.
It's fun.
So we traveled around the store for a little bit, looked through all the bins. We didn't pick up a lot, but I think we picked up some gems.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm really stoked about what I got. So.
Yeah. Whoa, I can't wait to talk about yours.
I know.
So let's talk about this one first. Carole King, Tapestry.
Yes.
This album reminds me of my aunt. She used to listen to this album when we were in the car, when we were at our house. She was big into music. And I got this because every song on this album is phenomenal. Feel the Earth Move. Come on. The price on this wasn't bad. Very small town record store. I think I paid under $25 for this, and it's a recent reissue. It wasn't a used thing.
Yeah.
So realistically, under $25 for a new record nowadays is pretty good.
Yeah, their prices were fair AF.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, okay. Fair AF.
Yeah, I only got one. But it's all right because it's giant. It is the great original hits of the 50s and 60s. It is factory sealed. Got it for $5. They had like a whole bin where it was like old box sets. And I was like looking through them, didn't think I saw anything. I saw this. And then I like walked off, and then I went back and was like, no, I'm getting that. It's $5. I was like, there's no way this is $5, but it is.
And I'm not shocked that you picked that up. You love the Mamas and the Papas.
The Mamas and the Papas, as soon as I saw that on there, I was like, getting it. A lot of the 50s and 60s music remind me of my parents and my mom. She likes a lot of the, 50s and 60s music. So it's like my favorite.
So like we said, we didn't pick up much. So I only have one more pickup. But I never thought I'd just like find this sitting in the wild at a decent price. The Jesus and Mary chain, Damage and Joy.
So cool.
This is the limited clear variant. I don't remember exactly when this was pressed, but I found this for well under the Discogs price. price.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe this band. If you don't know the Jesus and Mary Chain, just check them out. Like, I don't know how to describe how this band sounds.
I love it. Everything's my favorite. I'm sorry.
Everything. These glasses, they're not even hers, and they're her favorite.
My favorite. Actually, no, mine are my favorite.
That's it.
It?
That was our visit to Hi-Fi Records in Graham, North Carolina.
Great.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I have so many final thoughts. I think
Pick 2.
No, I think it was great. I felt so welcomed in there, and I, want to thank the guy for, just being humble and welcoming us and carrying on conversation that wasn't awkward. He seemed knowledgeable, and it was fun. I think we should do a next one, our next video in like another different small town, like record store that we find about an hour or two from here. So that'll be fun. But my last final thought is obviously to take care of yourself and each other.
For Vinyl Reckoning, my name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
Y'all be easy. Have a good night.
Ooh.